Welcome into the channel. If you click this video, you're probably trying to live a more effective life as opposed to just being busy running around in circles. Have you ever had a day where you got a ton done, but none of it was what you actually wanted to do? That's one of the ideas that struck out to me from Make Time, a book written by Knapp and Zeratsky. They introduced two concepts: the busy bandwagon, which is just the endless stream of tasks and notifications you have in society. And then you have the infinity pool, which is social media, YouTube, any type of content that can be pulled from basically limitlessly. One fills you with responsibility, one fills you with distraction. And then somewhere between, the things that we actually care about get pushed to someday. So Make Time helps give you a simple framework to fight that. Highlight, laser, energize, and review, which I realized as I was going through this audiobook, these are all steps that I've been incorporating into my day anyway. So just fitting. So for highlight, you ask yourself, what would make today meaningful? You don't need to have a whole to-do list. I've personally been working through like 1 to 5 priorities every day. But if you just reduce that to one highlight, then you reduce that much more decision fatigue for what your focus needs to be. So for me, instead of just work on my business, it's get business version 1 good enough to test. Now the day has a target. And it's important to remember, because if something is important to you, it needs to stop being on the someday back burner, and you need to make time for it yourself. Schedule it. Make today that someday. For laser, it isn't just about choosing what deserves your attention. It's also about protecting your attention, because we all have phones, social media, internet rabbit holes that can just grab our attention. You know, it's like our kryptonite. We all have our own distraction kryptonite. And you have to realize that technology isn't the problem, but when that kryptonite is your default action, that's a problem. So I've been working on adding friction, just adding tiny little barriers between me and the habits that I do not want to continue. You don't have to eliminate everything that you enjoy, but you do have to make them intentional little treats. So for energize, you can still remove all those distractions, but still be too tired to care. Your brain lives inside of a body, and you have to take care of it. You have to eat. You have to rest well. You have to socialize and interact. You have to just take care of yourself, I'm learning that productivity isn't separate from protecting your energy, because protecting your energy is another form of productivity. The goal isn't to squeeze work out of every hour, but it's to make every hour count with effective work. And finally, reflect, which is one of the most important ones, because you have to be self-aware. You have to treat yourself like an experiment and ask yourself at the end of the day, what was my highlight? Did I put time towards it? How was my energy? How was my focus? What prevented me from accomplishing that? And then iterate going forward. My systems aren't perfect, and I'm working on them. Sometimes you have to groundhog it. You have to keep working every day until you get it right. If the system didn't work, just change it and try it again. Every mistake is just a data point. Every hiccup is just a data point, and you just learn from that and go forward. So if there's anything that you decide to take from this video or from Make Time, highlight is choose what deserves your time, laser is protect your attention, energize is protect your energy, and review is learn and try again. But you don't need to redesign your entire life. Choose one highlight, block one major distraction, do something that gives you energy, review for 2 minutes, and then try again tomorrow. Because there will always be more things to do. There's always going to be something new to consume. And if you just wait until you magically have time for the things that matter, you might be waiting forever. So stop waiting for someday and start today.